Some are big, some are wide, and some are even double height. We're of course talking main dining rooms. Hi, it's Linz from Sweet Natured. As always, I'm joined by Marky.
Hello.
Hello, who put the video together. And this is my first time watching, so yes, our top 5 main dining rooms. Let's see what we can see.
Well, as you said, Linz, today we're looking at our top 5 main dining rooms.
Or MDRs for short.
We are. I've put this top 5 together looking at service, quality,
Okay.
consistency,
All right, yeah,
and
yeah.
also the ambience. What's it like in there as well?
Yes.
And we're going to start off at number 5 with Cunard.
Oh,
Now, this is Queen Mary II, Queen Victoria and Queen Elizabeth,
we've done those.
because we've not done Queen Anne at this
No.
time of recording, so I didn't feel it was fair to judge that one as well.
Yes.
They're probably the most traditional of main dining rooms.
There's a lot of wood.
There is a lot of wood. Would you agree that they are very traditional?
I would agree.
Well done.
We're all about the wood.
They are very art deco. They're very
Yes.
stylish. So when you look at that ambience quality,
Yes.
it feels very special. If this was the first time you'd ever been on a cruise and you walked into it,
Yeah.
I think you'd be like, we're walking into the Titanic.
Yes, it does have that classic feel about it. I'm just looking at
does.
those satay. They look very nice. Oh, my watermelon salad. That was also very nice.
Now, the food, talking of being nice,
Yeah.
it made it to our top 5.
Yes.
Which that in itself is an achievement. Mm-hmm. And the food quality whenever we've been in there has always been good. We know that a few people have said recently that it's not as good as it used to be. We've still
No.
very much enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. What we have noticed though, and it might not always look it from these pictures because these are taken over the years, but that the portion sizes have got significantly smaller.
It is still the only cruise line where we know we're probably going to have a soup course.
Yeah. Because you know that you're probably not going to be full at the end of it, despite that cheesecake there looking humongous.
I think that's called perspective.
Is it because I was zoomed in very closely?
Oh, yes, I love some cherries.
Some cherries and a little bit of sort of
Meringue.
baked Alaska meringue type
Oh,
thing.
yes.
But the food in there, the service in there is always fantastic quality.
Oh, my ring even matches.
Well done, you matching your jewellery to your dessert.
I
That's
was going
forward
to say matching
thinking.
my ring to my cherries, which I mean something else.
That would definitely probably mean something else.
Don't Google that.
No, the main dining rooms are open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner on
Yes.
Cunard. So you will find that this is your go-to place. If you're staying in either the Queen's Grill or the Princess Grill, you have a different main dining room.
Oh, you do, and you get a lot of in front of your service.
A lot of table service.
Sorry, I was trying to think. I'm sorry. I'm just going to have a drink. I feel I'm oh no.
Yeah.
The heat, it's the heat.
You do get sort of a different level of service when you're in those sort of different classes, as you would expect, and that would apply to any cruise line that we're looking at, with the exception of one of them in here, or maybe 2 of them actually. Now I've thought about it. But it's consistently good, and that's why I've got it at number 5.
At number 5. Okay, I thought it'd be higher, but I will take it.
Well, you can tell me towards the end if you think it was in the right position. But before we
Okay.
get on to number 4, would you like to invite people to subscribe?
Oh, I would love you. I would love you to subscribe. Thank you. I try to be good. It doesn't always work out that way. And thank you if you already have done.
And you can follow along on all the main social media at Sweet Natured. And a huge thank you to our YouTube channel members for continuing to support the channel.
Thank you.
Number 4, Princess.
Wow, Fort Princess?
Would you have thought higher?
I think it depends where you're having it in Princess.
Yeah.
Because this is me in club class right here. Or whatever they call it now. What's it called now?
I think it's club class on certain ones and sanctuary class on the sphere class. I might be wrong. They could have changed it.
What am I doing to that?
You're attacking it. The Princess, as you sort of rightly said there, do have an ability that when you're in their main dining room to be a slightly elevated bit. So you're still sat in the main dining room, but kind of off to the side a little bit. And in that area, alluding to what you just talked about on Cunard Queen and Princess Grill, they do a lot of on Cunard on the Princess Grill and Queen's Grill. They do a lot of tableside prep.
Yes.
Now, depending on what ship you go on, you are getting a different experience. For instance, the Sphere class Sun and Star Princess, their main dining room layouts are very different.
Yeah.
But
I'm sorry, I'm just looking at the food.
What are you looking at the food at?
I'm looking at Sticky Fingers right now. What What the heck?
It's your usual way of eating a chicken wing head on.
I do kind of do that with chicken wings. It's kind of weird now I look at it.
Now you're watching it, but next time you have a chicken wing, you'll
I
probably
do
still
enjoy
do
them
the same.
that way, though.
Well, whatever makes you happy makes me happy. Any thoughts on Princess in particular for their main dining rooms?
I thought this again would be higher. I'm trying to rack my brains what will be higher than this, but no, I enjoy a Princess.
I think if
main
I would have
dining
been
room.
grading this purely on our club class experience that we had on Ruby, it would have been higher.
Yeah.
Because we said in our review of that, and we've talked about it on other things since there,
Yeah.
it was consistently the best service and really great food.
On Ruby Princess, yes.
And the table service from Nicola, the maitre d', who made us
Yeah.
the fresh pastas, and you'll see them in a second,
Yeah.
was the highlight of the cruise, other than Alaska
Oh,
itself.
that's a classic Princess
The
dessert.
Princess chocolate.
Bananas Foster. Hello.
Oh, yeah, it's kind of Bananas Foster. It was their take on it.
Oh, yes.
But this bit that we're now showing was in the club class area.
This is in this, yes.
So you can see it's still in that main dining room.
But it's smaller.
But these little pasta dishes and some other types of stuff as well, including your Cherries Jubilee, were made tableside prep.
Cherries Jubilee.
And for me, they elevate it that different level. The food is always...
Chicken palm.
You can't have a food summary video without a chicken palm for you. The food is always consistently good on Princess. I never feel it drops below good.
Oh, Minky.
Do you want to just explain what Minky is so that anyone watching this for the first time don't just think that's my nickname?
No, Minky is my fur wrap. There you can see it's not real fur,
No.
but it feels very nice and it does get a lot of attention and actually people like to wear it and stroke it.
Yeah,
And
but
I
you
love-
weren't wearing it this particular day.
No, because I'm wafting a napkin.
You are, and that's for the sort of Baked Alaska parade. Number
Edge.
3, Celebrity Edge Class. Now, this is specifically the Edge Class because they don't have one main dining room.
No, is it 3 or 4?
4 main dining rooms.
Oh.
And we're just sort of quickly
Just
showing,
going through them
showing
now.
it in here. Each one of them has a series of fixed menu items that you can get
Yes.
in any of them.
Yes.
But each one of them also has unique items.
It's got some specialties. But as we discovered, if you're in one restaurant and like a specialty from another restaurant, you can be nice.
You can ask them.
and order, and they will try and facilitate.
Yeah, no guarantee of it.
No,
but
no,
they
just
will
be nice. Be nice.
Do the best. Now,
What's that?
That was just a little fruit. It were figs and prunes in the morning one day.
What was I doing thinking about
That
that?
were mine.
Oh.
The food, it should be no surprise when it comes to Celebrity because they came highest ranked on our best buffets at sea.
Yes.
To hear that the food is brilliant. I don't think anyone's going to be surprised at that at all. And for me, the concept of the 4 main dining rooms I do like.
And they had hot toast. That's always a good sign. Hot
Yeah.
toast.
I know not everyone likes the sort of split option dining rooms.
No.
But this is our top 5.
Yeah.
Not theirs.
No.
And for us, we do like it. It felt like we weren't going into the same main dining room
Yeah.
day after day. And especially on this particular cruise, because it was a 16-night
Oh,
transatlantic.
we needed it, didn't we?
So we had that constant variety where we could go for breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Little sandwich there. Little.
Yeah. But for a main dining room level, I think it is just consistently great.
Me too. I enjoy it very much. And
You can see some of the menu options
Yeah,
here
yeah.
where you've got specifics for there along with the classics and other bits.
yeah, now I did a bit of an experiment, if you remember, and I ordered the risotto to see if it was like the risotto in
Eden.
Eden. It wasn't.
No, if you want that really great risotto, you've got to go pay the big up charge
But I
to
did
go into
enjoy
Eden.
the French onion soup. I did enjoy that.
The food everywhere that we had it, you got a good cheese pull.
Oh,
But there
yes.
wasn't a restaurant that
Oh,
we
hello.
went in There wasn't any of the main dining room restaurants we went in that we didn't enjoy it. The ones that we preferred their speciality type more than the other ones.
Yeah.
But the service in them was all fantastic. The seats are not crammed together.
No, they're not. So
You
you've
can
got a
see
2-2.
behind.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the main dining rooms that didn't met this list, one of the issues that I had with them were that even though you had a table for two,
You sat
you had
very
about 3
close.
inch between you and the
Yeah.
person next to you. So
Yeah.
it wasn't intimate. You couldn't have sort of a romantic meal in there because you're listening to the people sat right at the side of you.
Yeah. Oh, escargot.
I didn't get why they were sort of green foamy escargot
I think they added something that was green.
and foamy. Thank you for that valuable insight.
I'm like the amazing cook.
You are. You should maybe like start your own sort of cooking channel.
No,
It may get no followers.
I am the worst cook ever.
Yeah. And if it came out green and foamy, if you'd cooked it, you really probably shouldn't eat it
Is there any other way to serve any food?
other than green and foamy. Any sort of final thoughts for you on Celebrity and their main dining rooms?
No, I really...
Was there anything you didn't like about it?
Well, you don't get the same waiting staff, do you? Unless you go round again and you happen to be sat in the seats that you were sat in previously. But apart from that...
You're not allocated a
No.
specific table.
No.
You go there each day. I'm sure if you asked the maitre d', could you have the same table? I'm sure they'd do the best
That
to
Wellington looks
facilitate.
good as well.
Yeah.
And the curry was... Oh, I remember that curry being really good, actually.
I can't remember what curry it was, but I do remember at the time you really enjoying it and us saying this was one of the best curries we'd had in the main dining room.
Yeah, it was really good. And I like a strudel.
Would you like to say what's number 2?
Oh, what?
Virgin.
What was number 3?
We just had number 3, Celebrity.
What was number 4?
Princess, and before that,
Oh,
Cunard.
yes, okay,
I'm
number
glad
2.
that you're taking notice of the video.
I'm on a limoncello cocktail today.
So, number 2, Virgin.
Okay.
Now, at first I debated, should Virgin be in this list? Not because the food quality isn't good, because clearly it's number 2. It's great food.
Yeah.
But the other... Is it a main dining room?
Well, you could say that about Celebrity, though.
Well, that
On
was
the
my argument in my head.
Edge class, yeah.
Each one of those is Virgin doesn't have a main dining room that it considers it. Every restaurant's included. You can go to any restaurant. You don't have to book.
No.
They encourage it if you want a specific time, but you can just tip up and wait like you can at any other main dining room.
Yeah.
And there's no upcharge.
No.
So, as far as I were concerned, they've taken sort of what Celebrity did on the Edge class and expanded on it to
And
make it even
elevated
more
it.
unique.
Yes.
Because the Edge class ones are meant to be unique.
Yeah. Yeah.
These make it
Oh, they
even more unique.
yes.
And they're genuinely some of our favourite restaurants at sea.
Oh, Pink Agave is amazing.
It is. I mean, we're just sort of quickly showing the
And
menus
you can buy,
there.
like other main dining rooms, you can upgrade certain items and certain dishes.
Yeah.
That's not unusual.
No, you can't. There's a couple, for instance, in the Wake, you can order like a seafood tower. You can get a tomahawk for 2. But they're not keeping the best food behind a paywall.
No.
It's everything that we're showing in this one now, with the exception, I think I
that
showed the
cheese is-
seafood tower.
That cheesy steak is incredible.
It is. It might not look it, but it is genuinely one of the best steak dishes that you can get on a cruise ship anywhere.
Now, the chocolate tacos, I'm usually had a few drinks when I have these because they're not something I would order sober.
No,
But somehow, when you've had a few drinks, they're great.
they are, and you tend to bite into them and end up wearing the chocolate around your mouth then. So they're not necessarily something you want to wear to eat if you're trying to be a little bit more delicate with them.
I
The
think that's-
Wake, which is one of the other, we'll put main dining rooms in quotation marks.
Yeah.
You can also get breakfast and brunch in there,
Yes.
which fantastic views as you would expect. It's called the Wake.
Yeah.
But the brunch in there is our favourite breakfast at sea.
Oh, yeah.
Do I have to put breakfast in quotation marks there? Because it starts about 10, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, some people like a late breakfast, but
Well,
it is a brunch.
some people have literally woke up and gone straight there.
Yeah, it is a brunch. I do enjoy it. The bottomless brunch, we always get our money's worth. And let's
It's
do
fairly
these eggs.
lethal.
Okay, they're not bad. They're not bad.
No, they were slightly on the...
Oh, they've
sort of-
got the bread.
they've got some good bread. It's not as good as Cunard's veranda bread.
It's not, no, but
it's
not
a good bread.
bad. It's
but
not
it's
bad.
included. You're not having to
Yeah,
pay a
yeah,
surcharge
yeah,
to eat
get
this
it,
bread.
yeah.
But we've always had fantastic food whenever we've come in here, and that goes across Virgin just generally. Mm-hmm. You know, if we were just listing, you know, which is our top 5 cruise lines for food,
Yeah.
Virgin, in my head right now, would be top 3
Yeah.
for definite.
Yeah.
And we've never ever come off Virgin and gone, the food wasn't up to standards.
No.
It just keeps getting better.
No, he brought us that fish as like a bonus fish, didn't he? Look at
He did. We didn't
Look at
order
this,
it. It's
look
like
at this.
you might still be a bit hungry with what you've got, so we've cooked you this salt crusted fish. I can't remember what
Was it-
dorada.
maybe Dorado, maybe.
But either way, absolutely
I'm
fantastic.
back on the cherries again.
Yeah. Now, I'm not going to show every restaurant.
I was going to say every
it,
cherry.
I'm definitely not going to show every cherry. That'd be a lot. But I wanted to just show briefly some of the other more sort of different examples of it. If you're not familiar with Virgin,
Well, buffets, I always struggle with a buffet because I'm short.
they have got booths in there as well. And
They
got
do.
normal
I never
tables.
get a booth. I always get a buffet.
No, for some reason they always
They're
think
like, let's
we want
put
to
this
sit
lady
there high on a buffet.
on the high end of the buffet because it'll be fun.
Test Kitchen is their sort of more experimental take on it. It's not
Yeah.
a traditional main dining room.
No.
For us, we've always really enjoyed it in there, and they do have a great pairing menu for
Cocktails.
the cocktails or wine or beer, which I think that does help for the fact that we really enjoy it in here, because by the time we get to the end of it, we've had 6 or 7 drinks as well.
Oh.
Number 1, Windstar.
I mean, it is good. Pricey, but good.
Yeah, I mean, the restaurant itself not pricey.
No, because it's
Completely
included in your fare.
But it is a sort of a level above sort of some of the other main line cruises on here. Having said that, depending which cruise you're on, it's a similar price to Virgin. It can be cheaper than the likes of Fred Olsen.
Yes.
You know, so there's this
If you get it
belief
bad,
that it's
yeah.
really expensive.
No.
It isn't compared to your Regents and your Seven Seas.
Mm-hmm.
It sits below that from a price level. But from a food and a service point of view, we've talked about this since we came off the ship. We're not sure how it elevates above this on those bigger ships,
No.
because nothing was less than spectacular.
Yeah, it was so good.
Nothing was less than perfectly cooked.
No.
The service was exemplary. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure how, and they still give you chips. I'm not sure how it gets better
I love chips.
on an even fancier ship.
Oh, sorry, fries.
You can have chips or fries. Depends on whether someone's watching this from the UK,
I love
the
chips.
US, or somewhere
Or
else.
I love fries.
What's your...
I love
Obviously,
meringue.
we've talked about sort of Windstar a huge amount, but what's your sort of memories? Because it was only a few months ago at the time that we're recording. What's your feeling of this as a main dining room?
I've got to start watching where I put stuff. I loved it. I can see why it's number 1. I know why it's number 1. It was incredible. The food was, oh my goodness, that cheese souffle. Oh,
That was the best cheese souffle we've ever had in our lives.
I
wasn't
think
it?
it's the best souffle I've ever had, and I've had boozy souffles.
Yeah. At Land or Sea, fancy AF restaurants,
Yeah.
you know, it just spectacular. This whole meal that we had here, because that tuna you had were amazing.
It's so
I had the
good.
chops in there,
That
which were
panna cotta,
phenomenal.
and I'm not even a panna cotta person.
I have to say, if we'd have gone out to a restaurant on land
Mm-hmm.
and paid £150, £200 a head for that meal that we had that night there,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have felt ripped off.
No.
I'd have been like, yeah, I get why it's that expensive.
We'd have felt like, what have we done?
Yeah, I might have gone, we could have had a cruise for that. But we would have gone, we get where the money is. Mm-hmm. And when you've got that in there every single night,
Yeah.
I debated whether the 2 speciality dinings should be included as part of this.
Because they're included.
Because they're included, but because they class them specifically as speciality dining and you've got to book,
When you, yeah.
I
yeah.
didn't include them
When you
within
get
it.
on the ship as well. And I don't, yeah.
Whereas for this particular one,
Yeah.
it's a tip up, traditional main dining room.
Yeah, sometimes I think we had to wait twice.
Yeah, and even
And by
then,
wait,
I think one time it was 5 minutes, and the other time we're like maybe a minute. So we never had long to wait at all.
Yeah, yeah.
And everything that we had, which I feel like I'm repeating myself a little bit, every meal that we had, every item was just absolutely fantastic. And the staff and the service-wise were just phenomenal.
And even if you didn't have the same staff every night, the staff recognised you, so they had a bit of they knew what you liked.
Yeah, they knew what sort of wines that you'd be
Yeah.
looking at, or
Oh,
what
look
cocktails
at
that you
that.
want. And that's just a spectacular lemon meringue, isn't it?
Oh.
That set the standard for any other lemon meringue for the rest of our lives.
Well, the lemon meringue in Yacht Club is pretty good. It's not as big,
No,
but it's wide.
The one that we got delivered.
Yes.
That was room meringue. This is the best restaurant meringue.
Okay,
This was a tall meringue.
I mean, yeah, it was a very big chocolate dessert, that was.
It is. And
What is wrong with me? I think it might be a problem.
you did like this chocolate one. Now, someone might look at that and go, oh, she can't possibly finish that one. Well, you did. And loved every bite of it.
I did.
Now, we had quite a lot of wine as well.
I do need some chocolate now, actually.
Because we've done the rare thing when we do a food
We've
video of
eaten.
actually eating them first, so
Yeah,
we're not
yeah.
starving.
Yeah.
Now we're looking at lovely chocolate. And
What is
you're
going
hungry.
on with me?
You look to be really enjoying
I
that. Linz.
loved that chocolate dessert. I really did.
Well, that brings us to the end of the video.
Oh, wow. When I love something, I love something.
You do.
Cheers, darling.
Cheers, Linz.
Thank you for watching and have a lovely day.